Hello and welcome to another video where you will get to see behind the scenes of what a financial services recruiter does on a weekly basis, and also me, Ryan Venner. I am one of the owners here, so you also get to see a little bit of what I do as a business owner. So this week we've got our first team meeting for the last 2 years. Obviously COVID's prevented us from having in person, so I'm getting ready for that, which is on Wednesday this week. So really exciting to be able to get the team in, have a meeting in our boardroom here in our Predinbridge Jobs UK head office. So perfectly set up to have our meeting here. So it'll be really exciting to get everyone in, get some conversation going, sharing some best practice and really learning from each other. And I'll be sure there'll be some conversations of me speaking to candidates, speaking to clients, giving advice, trying to get people interviews, and really helping financial services as much as we can. So if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. I'd love to answer them. Do maybe a segment each week where I get to answer some of the questions. If you want some career guidance, feel free to drop me a message and I can do that. Who knows, may even do one live on a call so we can share it with you guys if that's something you want. Not a problem. This video is trying to give you as an audience as much value as you can, so make use of it by letting me know what you want. Unfortunately, he's not going to be progressing with your sort of application further. The reason for that is he's interviewed some other candidates who presented him a little bit of a different scenario. So it was almost you fell in the middle of two camps. He was either looking at someone sort of more just a consistent admin, or then someone who was more maybe showing that progression to become an advisor, who already sort of got CMAP 1 under their belt already, and he felt you were kind of in the middle of the two. So it presented him a bit of a conundrum that he didn't know what to do with, and so he would like to keep the door very much open for you, and once you get CMAP 1 for us to potentially re-engage with him to see where he's at as a business, to see if he can bring you in. And so yeah, unfortunately he's progressed with a different candidate, and that candidate has accepted the offer, so won't be going ahead. But what I'm keen to do is see if we have other opportunities, because I know this one was sort of everything happened at once, in terms of like it all being perfect timing and the right role. But if I was to find you another mortgage administrator role, would you be interested in that? Yeah, okay. Well, last week I did have 2 mortgage admin roles become available in the London area, which I could look at for you. So in terms of, before I go into those, I know we spoke fairly recently, but just help me recap, what are you ideally looking for? Because before I go into those roles, I want to see if they do fit what you're looking for. Okay, well that fits, because both roles I have available offer the progression to become a mortgage advisor, which I know is something you're quite keen for. So the first one I have is based in Hammersmith, which, looking at things, is fairly sort of local to yourself. Is that an area you'd be happy to commute to? So he hasn't put a specific figure on the length of experience, and with our relationship with him, I'm confident I'll be able to sort of secure you an interview, and then we can try and organise something from there. So what I can do is, we've got a good relationship with him, is I will be transparent with the level of experience you have, and see if that's of interest to him. They've got skill in training people from the ground up, whereas just for this role with the admin, it will obviously be a little bit different, because he might want someone who can hit the ground running in the admin aspect. So yeah, I fully get where you're coming from, in that some of the roles are looking for that 12 months experience, but I'll just sort of see if I can help put a strong case forward for you. So in terms of this role, it's a salary of 22,000 to 26,000, depending on experience. So based on sort of your 4 or 5 months experience, I think we'd be looking at that lower end. But I know from talking previously that sort of would be similar to what you're looking for anyway. So would that be okay with yourself? But he does do a lot of UK and London-based clients as well, so it would give you a nice mix of the two, and give you something different potentially as well to be aware of, and how those type of cases progress through. But it's, like I said, it's a lot of property investments, recently refurbished properties, high-end flats, etc. So always dealing with nice properties, which is where sort of has pitched their market, because their average loan amount is 420,000 as a business. So a really nice level there, and as a business they're doing like over 1.5 billion of gross lending a year. So just stopping for lunch on our team meeting today. It's going really well, lots of really good input, so yeah, it's fantastic. So it's really nice to have the team back together. It's been 2 years, coming. We used to do these, 2 or 3 times a year. So it's so nice, sharing best practice, really getting those ideas flowing. So more of that to come this afternoon. So just fantastic, really, to see. So day after the team meeting, so been out of action all day yesterday, so I've got a lot to catch up on. Got quite a few meetings booked in. First one I'm going into is a HR meeting, looking at maybe some add-ons to our HR packages business. Not sure what that will entail, but will be interesting. And then got some other meetings, including looking at building another feature on the website, and then also I believe an interview as well for one of our apprenticeship positions. So yeah, diary's quite stacked today, which is a little bit tricky in that emails backed up yesterday, but we'll get through that and hopefully get back up to speed as quickly as possible. Just about to jump into another meeting, something a little bit different. The University of Gloucestershire that I did my master's degree apprenticeship through likes to promote the degree apprenticeships to other people interested in pursuing them, and they like to get contributions from fellow students, so they've reached out to me a number of times. So they've also reached out earlier this week to see if I would be happy to provide my comments into an article for the sogloss.com magazine. So just about to have a call with Andy from Sogloss. Not sure what it's going to entail, but he's going to be likely asking questions about the course and how it went for me. So yeah, just going to jump into that because I feel the massive benefit from my degree apprenticeship. Really glad I've got that master's qualification now. It's something I've utilised over the last 2 years, and I would highly recommend other people who are considering degree apprenticeships, if it's appropriate, do really pursue it, because it does offer you a lot of benefits as a student, as an individual, and what you can add to a business, and for career prospects, etc. So yeah, just going to jump on that call now and see how that goes. So I've just come off the call with Andy from Sogloss. Really nice chap, really good conversation. He was asking a lot of questions about my course, how it went, also my background prior to me going on the course, and what sort of stemmed my interest in it. So he'll likely work on that and publish it at some point, so that'll be interesting to have a read. He was also speaking to a few other people in similar positions to myself, so I'd love to sort of read their comments as well. But yeah, just a slightly different thing. Always nice to be asked to contribute and give back to the university. So yeah, that's that. Just gonna get on with the rest of my day now, really. So thank you for watching the second episode of We Recruit. Hopefully it's been really beneficial to you to see behind the scenes with me. So feel free to give it a like and a subscribe, and also drop in the comments below what would you like to see more of. I'll be active and I'll be reading and responding to the comments. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see more of. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you again next week.